Deep in the rainforest of Central Africa, I have embarked on a long, strange trip. This is Bwiti, a religion based on a powerful hallucinogen called iboga. I'm about to be initiated by a shaman from the Babongo tribe.
Just my body's telling me there's something that's pretty serious going on inside me.
The drug makes you sick. Then come the visions. The Babongo believe iboga lets you see yourself as you really are. Days later, you emerge from your trance, purged of sin and reborn, if you don't die. I'm Bruce Parry, and I'm going tribal. Drugs for the living, and music to wake the dead. A church service in the West African nation of Gabon. Devotees of the Bwiti religion take the drug iboga and worship through the night. Although almost unknown in the West, Bwiti is one of Gabon's 3 official religions, one that is thousands of years old. In cities, Bwiti has become overlaid with elements of Christianity. But in the jungle, there are places where the pure African form of the religion is still practiced by tribes such as the Babongo. That's where I want to go. We're heading now into the jungle, and my aim is to go and live with the Babongo people, the forest people who were the first inhabitants of this part of the jungle. Gabon sits at the western edge of the Congo Basin, the second largest area of tropical forest on the planet. It's a globally important habitat for many of the world's most endangered species, from gorilla to forest elephant. 20, 30 years ago, it would have taken us a month probably to get where we're trying to go, but now you can do it in a couple of days. And that's because of these roads. The road we're on now is a logging road, and that's one of the biggest influencing factors in the way that the Babongo people's lives have changed of recent years. Gabon, primary jungle mostly, and 80% of the land itself is forest covered. But of course it's diminishing by the day. Every 5 minutes we're seeing these big trucks with massive logs coming past. And the place has just been devastated, and the whole country has got this crisscross of logging tracks going all across it. And of course the forest people, who up until now have been deep jungle, are coming closer and closer to the outside world. Our guide on this forest adventure is Monsieur Hugues Poitevin, a Frenchman living in Libreville. He was one of the first Europeans initiated into Bwiti, and he says iboga is a drug to respect.
You never take iboga by pleasure. Once you took it once, you don't want to take it before a long time, even a small quantity.
We drive south for 2 days and stop where the road stops. This is Momongo, a tiny Babongo settlement that 10 years ago was in the middle of thick jungle. Then a logging concession came through, and overnight the forest people became roadside people. We want to get away from the influence of the road and the loggers to see how the Babongo live traditionally. We've arranged to stay in Makoko, a settlement a day's walk into the forest. Half the village turns out to meet us, eager for work.
We
we've reached the end of the road. It's a major turning point in our journey so far. And now we're off into the jungle, so it's really exciting. The Babongo are what we once called pygmies. Pygmy is now perceived as a derogatory term implying small stature, and forest people is deemed more acceptable. Traditionally, they were nomadic hunter-gatherers living entirely from the forest. They are the first inhabitants of this part of Africa. Their unrivaled ability in the forest makes them master hunters, while their knowledge of its plants and trees means they are often feared as sorcerers. It's been a tough trek, as you can probably see, but it's just so nice to be here. I hope to be able to live with the people of Makoko for up to a month, to try and experience something of their lives before it changes beyond recognition. I hope they will accept me, to the extent that they are willing